Do you love animals? Not as much as these four people do. From swimming with sharks, befriending blind horses, feeding an entire zoo, or saving the turtles. Watch these inspiring stories about people who dedicated their lives to our feathered, finned, and furry friends.
I've had an absolute fascination with sharks since I was a little kid. I knew I wanted to be a marine biologist by the time I was 5, and I got to snorkel with my first shark when I was about 8 years old, and I was literally hooked on these awesome animals. I'm Jillian Morris. I am a shark conservationist, a shark diver, and an underwater videographer. I've traveled all over the world, and I have to say that Bimini has some of the bluest waters I've ever seen. All different shades. Some people joke about the 50 shades of blue in Bimini. The island is really, really small. It's about 6 miles long, but the world just below the surface is really what's incredible. That blue, crystal clear water is teeming with marine life and is the reason why we live on this tiny little island. The Great Hammerhead dive site is about 1/4 mile offshore. It's a place where in very shallow water, you're able to get in and see these very large sharks up close and personal. It's very rare to actually be able to be in the water with so many of them like we can here in Bimini, especially in crystal clear, shallow water. Unfortunately, sharks get a really bad reputation. They're not man-eating monsters. They're not mindless eating machines. They're actually really intelligent, social, incredible animals. They're also really incredible for the health of our oceans, which all of us rely on every single day. There's something really special about hammerheads. I've been in the water with some very big sharks, including great whites and tiger sharks, but nothing compares to the great hammerhead. The way they move, their power, their grace, they can turn on a dime, and they have those wide-set eyes. They're my favorite animal on the planet, and being able to dive with them as much as we do, I feel really, really lucky.
Friends of sharks? Next you'll be telling me we're having dinner parties with elephants.
I cook for warthogs, emu, lions, tigers, hyenas, spoonbill, sun bear, flamingo, and giraffe. They can be very picky. Every morning, I'm preparing around 350 pounds of food. My name is Stacy Kiles, and I prepare the food for the animals at the Oakland Zoo. I'm also known as the zoo chef. My day starts off very early before the sun even comes up. I've got to get the food for the animals or we have nothing to prepare. The calm before the storm of getting to the market. I need to get about a ton of food today, literally. The produce market's kind of hectic. You've got a lot of forklifts running back and forth. You've got trucks everywhere. There's a lot to choose from. I have to stay organized or this can get very overwhelming. I've got a huge market that I've got to go through. I've got to pick out the right produce. So I have a limited amount of time at the market because I have to get back here to prepare the diets. I open the door to the kitchen and then I know my day has truly begun. Sun bears, 48 grams apple. Coatimundi, 3 hard-boiled eggs, lions, 10 bones, and 5 ounces of grapes off the vine, 7 servings, 2 whole bananas, 60 grams of crickets, 1 drop of vitamin E, 44 grams of banana, of calcium, 2 root vegetables, 44 grams of 12 ounces of lake smelt. The zoo itself, as a whole, prepares about 1,000 diets a day. So that's anywhere from the elephants down to the leaf cutter ants and all the little reptiles and all the little frogs. It's important that we get the diets right because the animals can't send the food back. They can't tell us, oh, I don't like this. We don't take days off. Everything still has to happen. The food gets prepared exactly the same way every single day. I tried telling them it was Christmas once, they didn't pay attention.
What's next?
Our journey takes us to Costa Rica, more specifically, Tortuguero, to witness the yearly hatching of baby sea turtles and meet the people protecting them. We arrive by way of La Pavona, a small port town with one restaurant and a pay toilet. Our boat operator, Jairo Guzman, takes us down the Lucky River. It is a 1-hour journey to the island itself. The view is beautiful. Nearly all species of sea turtles are endangered, and this island is a prominent nesting ground for both green and leatherback sea turtles. It was here in 1959 the very first sea turtle conservancy was opened by Dr. Archie Carr to specifically study green sea turtles as they were nearly extinct. This was their original base. This is their new base. Along with us from the conservancy is Jaime, head field director. David, station manager.
Estamos listos. Corto y cambio.
Sylvia, outreach coordinator, and their 10 research assistants. They all work here to educate the public and gather data on the current sea turtle populations. On day 1, we meet in the middle of the night to count nesting turtles and the eggs they lay.
Now let's go to the beach.
Around dawn, we spot a turtle. She is laying her eggs. She is one of 36,000 turtles nesting this season on the beach. Each turtle will lay around 110 eggs. In 2 months, they will hatch. We get some sleep, and that afternoon, we ask Jaime about the hatchings.
Take one.
He says,
the best time to catch it is right at dawn, around 5:30 in the morning.
That means we have some downtime on the island. David invites us to his makeshift office. We discuss the vision of the conservancy.
Basically, we are working here on the legacy of Dr. Archie Carr. He had this idea of changing the mentality of the people from harvesting the turtles for their own consumption and for making money out of the meat and the eggs into an ecotourism-based culture. It's a very complex thing to protect the turtles.
On day 2, the alarm goes off, the team gathers, and we head to the beach.
We are gonna need a bigger boat.
For a while, we see nothing. And then, baby green sea turtles begin making their way to the ocean. Only 80% will make it out of the nest, and of those, 1 in 1,000 make it to adulthood. This means that out of nearly 4 million hatchlings this season, only around 3,000 will become adults, and the odds are stacked against them. There's more downtime. On our final day, day 3, we go to the beach to excavate a hatched nest. The research assistants do this job. It is messy. They're counting how many eggs have hatched. In this nest, 9 did not make it. They'll add this information to their decades of existing research. That afternoon, Jairo's father, Guzman Sr., picks us up. As we leave Tortuguero, I can't help but think of something Sylvia said back at the base.
La isla de Tortuguero es muy importante para las tortugas, pero también las tortugas son muy importantes para la gente que vive aquí. Son un recurso muy importante que tenemos que conservar y tenemos que proteger.
Sea turtles are not going to stop being endangered this year, and they probably won't stop being endangered next year either. But it's good to know that there are people out there working hard to make change happen.
People say that dogs are man's best friend. What about horses?
Riding a blind horse, that's a little different. But to me, it don't make much difference. He's a pretty good friend. He's just tickled to death to be rode. I think he knows that he's got eyes in, and he just jumps up and down and runs and really likes to go. Well, my name's Roderick Olson. I'm from Soldiers Grove, Wisconsin. I have always had a few horses. Matter of fact, quite a few of them. Well, we got Zaxxon about 21 years ago. It was about 10 years ago that we noticed that he was going blind. And as far as we can find out, nothing we can do about it. Most of the old horse dealers or farmers, they used to just get rid of the horse. but I figured I'd gonna keep him. I'd like to stick around a while longer, so if I went blind, well, I hope they keep me around a while. I didn't figure he was useless. He does everything you want by the feel of the reins. He's a little different riding than a regular horse. He's careful when he's running, you know, he ain't sure where his feet's gonna go or what there's in front of him. But he didn't just quit because he got blind. He's trying to do things so he can take care of himself. He trusts me to ride him. I think he just figures that, man, I can see now, I got eyes. I can do things that I wanted to do for a long time. He wants to just run. He's fun for me to ride. We go all over the hills, down the canyons, in the water, everywhere that any other horse can go. He does just fine. He must trust me, and well, I trust him. Oh, he's kind of a buddy anyhow. Being friends with a horse, I don't know, that's the way it's been with me all my life.